Almost 10 years ago now, I embarked on my first ever solo backpacking trip to Greece when I was just 19 years old during my gap year just before I went to university. And for a long time I've wanted to go back to Greece. It's such a beautiful country and I haven't been back in like almost a decade. So we are going to be quote unquote recreating my first ever solo trip abroad 10 years on. Now the only two conditions are that I have to go to the same like places in general. So I went to Athens and Crete, yes, all in a month. We will discuss more. My last trip I started in Athens. I stayed there for 2 weeks. What was I thinking? What were you thinking, Ali, staying in Athens for 2 weeks? Why? There's no need for it. In a really overpriced hostel as well. Granted, it was really nice, but oh my God. And then I went down to Crete for 2 weeks. I just didn't know what I was doing. I honestly didn't. So in a couple of hours, I'm going to head to Birmingham airport, already different. When I went to Athens, I think I flew from Gatwick, but we're going to be flying to Crete first.
Oh, Ali, I can actually tell you exactly what you did because I just found my travel journal. So you left home at 12:30 a.m. to arrive at Gatwick at 5:20 a.m. to then fly to Athens. That was a stupid idea, wasn't it?
Going to Hania, I think that's how you pronounce it, you don't pronounce the C. It's different to the place I went. I'm kind of doing this all different. I didn't want to recreate it step for step. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison of giving myself Crete and Athens to do, but how I would do them now. We'll talk more when we get there, and I will discuss along the way on this next 8-day journey things I'm recognizing, things I'm doing totally different, how I'm feeling compared to how I was feeling then. We'll throw up some side-by-side comparison photos. Yeah, I'm gonna go and sort myself out and then we're gonna go to Crete. Yes. One big thing already is I just finished packing and I don't think I even have everything that I need, but I never really care these days because anything major that I forgot I can buy when I'm out there or a duty-free last minute, but I'm pretty prepared today compared to 10 years ago when I repacked that giant backpack. Photo. Like 10 times. It was so heavy. And today we just got banana babs. For hand luggage only, no checked luggage because it's only 8 days. So yeah, she's stylish, she's fabulous, and she's like got so much room. And this time, I mean, I've learned just don't fill it up. There's no need, it's unnecessary. I also remember being super anxious. Like I've got over an hour till I have to go to the airport. And it's Birmingham airport, so I don't have to leave that late. I just jump on a bus and then a train to Birmingham International. So it'll take me around an hour. And I've only got hand luggage. My flight's at 3:30, so I'm not going to leave here till after 12. No way would I have done that 10 years ago. I just remember I would have been freaking out at this point and making sure I'd got all my unnecessary items to break my back. I'm so excited. I was so excited, but so more like scared the first time I went away. And now I'm just like, it's raining outside and really horrible weather at the moment. So I'm like, get me to that 20 degree sun in Crete, please. I'm so excited. I just want to go. Like, come on. Time cannot move quick enough.
So this time around, I stayed in an Airbnb. And over the years of travelling, I've outgrown hostels and value my alone time and privacy. But back in 2010, I stayed in a hostel. And looking back through the photographs, it was all about drinking at Joe's, dancing the night away, and just having a good time. Whereas nowadays, when I travel alone, I like to find locals to chat to and enjoy a beer with under the sun. And on many occasions, my diary revealed to me what times I would roll back into the hostel at. I certainly prefer early morning exploring now, and sometimes embarrassingly early nights.
Something that just takes me back about Crete. I remember that when I first got to like Athens, that was the first stop on my last trip. I didn't even want to leave the hostel, I was so scared, but it's just like so peaceful here. Sorry, I'm going over cobblestones. Got to focus. You see? Look at these little bastards ready to trip me up. You won't get me today. Okay, so I just wanted to sit down for a moment and talk about a few observations I made. So the trip I'm quote-unquote recreating, just slightly different. I started in Athens and then I came down to Crete on the overnight ferry, and when I got off I went to a place called Plakias, which is in the southern part of Crete. Now for that, you might remember a video I did where I actually fell asleep on a bus and ended up in a mountainside where the driver kicked me off and get 2 buses. Well, maybe it was just me, but it was really confusing and difficult to get these buses, one to Rethymnon, I think, one to Rethymnon, and then from Rethymnon down to Plakius. And the only reason I went all the way out there was simply because I found one hostel online and I was like, yeah, that one, I'll stay at that one. Not having a clue. So this time now I'm doing the recreation, but in my own style and truly how I would just plan this trip myself nowadays. I really do want to go back to Plakius, even just for the day, but the problem is, after looking at bus timetables, getting down there to Rethymnon, bus to Rethymnon, then Rethymnon all the way down, they don't run very frequently, and I'm not sure whether it's worth it, and a taxi would just be so expensive. The first thing I did when I got to Plakius was I actually went straight to the beach, got my bikini on, went straight to the beach and burnt. Terribly, like horrifically. I just lay in the sun and barely put any sun cream on for some reason because I was stupid. And that was the first thing I do, whereas the first thing I do now in a place is I get up, I go and find a little place to have a coffee, and then I'm just out exploring, eating and drinking my way around the town to kind of ground myself. So that has changed a lot. I was also, of course, super anxious, like just scared of anything and not knowing what I was doing or how to interact with people. Not much has changed. Now I'm obviously just super excited and no longer anxious about this trip, and just like want to get out there and have fun and eat food and see pretty things and talk to people. Definitely more just laid back, which I should hope so after so many years of travel. But yeah, those are a few just little observations I've made. One thing is for sure, I'm still terrible at taking selfies. I rarely ever do it. I'm trying to do it a little bit more just so I can get a photo with me in some place because I travel alone so much, but still suck. Still suck. Let's go and explore. I don't know where, but we're gonna get some food and just enjoy this sun. I need to take my jacket off, it's bloody hot. Like I said, I was a bit gutted that I didn't actually try and make my way over to Plakius because it would have been a much better comparison, but I want to see how much Athens has changed. I've noticed so many things are different. One, the cost of beer. It's like 4 or 5 euros for a large beer. It was like 2 or less 10 years ago. I swear to God, I was not paying this much for a beer. Also, I used to live off gyros, which is like a kebab. You have like a pita bread, tzatziki, some paprika, some chips, or like fries for my American viewers. Like kebab meat, tomatoes, red onion, things like that, and they used to cost like €1, and I used to live off them. Good morning. Okay, so I arrived in Athens last night, and this is where this video is going to get better, I swear. Not going to Plakius, as I said, was just a bad idea because I couldn't compare it. I really couldn't. But I was coming through Athens last night. Everything looked very similar to what I remember it looking like, so I don't know. I also had to go back onto my old Hotmail account and find an email from 2010 that told me what hostel I was staying at because I want to take you there today. Won't be able to go into any of the rooms or anything, but I just want to go and see it. And apparently it's literally just down the road from my Airbnb. So I'll hit that up later on today. Maybe we'll stop and have a drink and just reminisce there for a little bit. Oh my God, okay, so my hostel was just over there. I really stayed central last time. But this reminds me, so this is the museum, and it was called the New Museum. I don't know if they still call it that. And when I came, it literally was brand new built. And they have a glass floor, I guarantee, by the entrance. You can look down to see when they built this, they found loads of ruins. And there was architects and everything down there, archaeologists, not architects, archaeologists, digging through everything. I wonder if they finished now. I should hope so after 10 years, but this is crazy. Still looks the same though.
They say a picture says 1,000 words, and my lord, looking at these photos taken in the same place just 9 years apart is like looking at 2 completely different people. Then I was so unsure of myself, still searching absolutely everywhere to find who I was, whereas now I feel so comfortable in my own skin, and I can almost read my very own story when I see these photos side by side. Oh my god, I wasn't even meant to come here. Holy shit, I just found the hostel. There she is. My god, we watched the World Cup final. Germany, I think? 2010, someone can tell me down below. I remember going into loads of extra time, with penalties, the works. We got so drunk. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm going to be leaving Athens, and I said this just in the other vlog that I did. It's so weird because the last time I came to Athens, I was like, I must do every single historical site there is. And I was a mad woman. I was just doing everything all day. It was much better weather when I came. Last time I came was July. So we've had a lot of April showers here. It's kind of been nice because obviously, you know, went up the Acropolis, went to the Acropolis Museum and did things like that, which of course I'd just do again and again. This time it was so nice because it was raining, you know, I was finding cute little cafes, chatting with the bar staff, chatting with locals who were sitting down, tried some craft beer and just like really soaked up, like exploring the little alleyways even in the rain because there was no one there. And yeah, enjoying the beautiful little boutique shops and seeing things that are handcrafted by locals here, just talking to people. So it's been a completely different experience because I've already done all, you know, a lot of the big sites, so I didn't want to spend all of my time here doing them all again necessarily. I just picked out a few of my favorites and then spend the rest of the time in a very relaxed, chilled way. And, you know, I'm a much more chilled traveller nowadays, and people watching and chatting with locals, just walking for hours. Sometimes it doesn't make the best vlog material, but I just love wandering, finding markets and colourful street art and cute little shops and bars that tell really tasty craft beers. And, you know, my travelling has just changed so much, but it's been brilliant to return. Anyway, I've got to leave shortly to go to the airport. I don't know how this video is going to come out, but yeah, I hope it came out okay. I didn't really think it through necessarily. If I have any more thoughts, I'll insert them here. Either that was mind-blowing for everyone, or we're just continuing with the same clip because I'm out of brain juice. Alright, so let me know down in the comments, have you revisited like a place that you visited like when you were younger and like years ago? And how did you feel about it? Have you ever had those moments where you're like, wow, I'm so different and the way I travel now is so different? But embrace it, you know? Embrace who you are. Life changes, you change, people change, and so do places, and they get a hell of a lot more expensive, I'm gonna tell you that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, get up there.